Happy Thursday evening, Westminster Shore residents. I hope you had a great day, whether that be starting your morning with Bettina doing a morning meditation, if you took a walk along the seawall, or if you caught up with a family member or a friend on the phone. I hope you had a great day. So sit back and relax, and I hope you enjoy this interview. And as you see on my screen, this is my best friend, Terese, and I'm here to interview her on how her life is being affected by COVID-19. Hey, Terese.
Hi, Ashley. Thank you so much for having me.
Thanks for doing this with me. So just to give a little background about our history for the residents, this is my best friend, Terese, who I've been best friends with since elementary school. So we've been through grade school together, high school. We went to 2 years to college together. This is my forever friend. So I can't wait for all my residents to meet you, Terese.
I am so excited. Hello, Westminster residents. Thank you for inviting me into your homes and welcome to my home office. So thank you.
And she lives up in Virginia, where she is expecting her first little bundle of joy in July. So I'm so excited to go up there once all this COVID stuff ends and see that little bundle of joy. All right. If you could take a few minutes just to kind of give our residents a little bit of background about what you're doing for work and how it's being affected.
I would love to. Thank you. So again, my name is Terese Cardamon. Recently, my husband and I moved to Virginia Beach last year. He is serving in the United States Navy. And he has 2 more years left before he can retire. So we're at 18 years, almost done. And we moved here to Virginia Beach, and I took an adjunct position as a professor at Norfolk State University. I am in their physical education department, teaching dance, aerobics, water aerobics, and some physical education classes for underclassmen, so the undergraduate level. Mm-hmm. So it has been a wonderful experience being at the university. Prior to that, I was teaching in California, where you came out to visit me quite a few times.
Indeed, and the residents know. They all know.
Yes, and so I was teaching dance to grades 7 through 12. And that was wonderful being there. We were stationed there for 5 years. Prior to that, we were living in Pensacola, Florida. And when I met my husband, I was doing my undergrad in Northern Virginia at George Mason University. And Nick was actually stationed here in Virginia Beach at NAS Oceana, where he is finishing out his tour. So it's been a nice, well-rounded circle. And I've had a lot of really wonderful experiences performing with various ballet and modern companies, as well as being the assistant artistic director for an aerial and modern company out in California. So being here and being pregnant, it's been nice to just be teaching now. So.
Indeed. Well, thanks for the background.
Absolutely.
All right. So, how has your position changed at work? What are you doing now that was different before this whole COVID-19 started?
Well, when the pandemic really came out, we were actually on spring break. So the university decided to extend spring break an additional week. And they asked all of us to come in and do online certifications. So that way we could use the platform Blackboard to facilitate our courses. So I'm going to be honest, it has been very difficult.
I can imagine. With what you're teaching, it's hard to do that virtually.
Yes. And a lot of my students are beginners. So they really appreciated the hands-on critiquing, as well as getting instant feedback. So when we're in the classroom and we're working out, we can go over safety concerns and things, as well as, in dance or even in water aerobics. We're in the pool. So it has been very challenging, but I will say that I'm very, very impressed with my students trying to make the best out of it.
Mhm.
So I've had to change a lot of my platforms in the sense of students have to video record themselves demonstrating movement and then submit it that way.
Mhm.
Assessments. One of the nice things that they're doing is they are incorporating who they are quarantined with in their dance or aerobic videos. So that has been really nice to still be able to see them, as well as getting to be a part of their families or who they're sharing their time with, roommates and things like that.
Absolutely.
So so this is actually, tomorrow will be our last day of classes, and then it goes into finals week. But for our undergrad students, this has been their finals week.
Mhm.
So if they're graduate students, then they have an additional week of finals. But right now, they're kind of finishing up everything. So it's been a lot of emails.
I can imagine.
And a lot of flexibility in the sense of, students do not have internet access, or they're trying to submit things from their phones, which it never works that way. They really need to be on a laptop or a computer, just with the amount of bandwidth. And one of the other difficulties that we had is our university servers were not designed or built to be an online only school.
Yeah.
So there has been a lot of issues with the servers crashing and email being down or Blackboard being down. So we've had to be really flexible with accepting late work and just trying to make it easier for everybody, as well as the students and the staff, just to be able to finish out the semester.
Absolutely. Have you noticed if your workload has increased with all of the technological issues you're facing?
Yes, it has been very calming, because typically in my normal day prior to the COVID-19, I would spend probably about an hour on my computer just grading, checking email, because typically our work was done in the classroom. And so now it's up to about 4 or 5 hours per day. So I have to really be careful about taking breaks and making sure I'm not sitting on the screen, because then I can get headaches and migraines and of course start slumping.
Okay. So what ways are you kind of taking care of yourself working at home? What else are you doing for your breaks, or just taking care of yourself?
Well, when we're not having rain, which we've had quite a bit of, we live in a beautiful neighborhood with a pond, so I get to go for walks around the pond and do some bird watching.
Oh, nice.
Yes, so we have an eagle that comes to visit. He is gorgeous. So, so that's been a highlight to have. When it is raining, I am trying to do yoga videos or the bar workout videos. So I enjoy those. The video submissions that my students submit in, I have been attempting to do their workouts with them.
Fun.
Yeah, so that way I feel like we're still kind of connected. And also it helps for grading purposes. A lot of them are planning on being physical education instructors.
Sure.
And so it helps that they are able to articulate and really talk about things, and then being the student role, then I'm able to participate. So that's been fun. I do have to make a lot of modifications, because a lot of the boys really like to do jumps and a lot of really high intensity workouts. So since I'm in my 3rd trimester, I have to take it a lot easier.
So kind of talking about your pregnancy, what ways are you making sure that you're staying healthy and with the pregnancy?
Well, unfortunately in our area, a lot of those grocery shopping times to just pick up, your groceries are not available anymore because you're just so busy. So when I go to the grocery store, I have a face mask. I try to limit it to once a week if I can go longer. I really try. But, you know, just washing hands, hand sanitizer, and I've been trying to do a lot more online ordering if it's not for grocery purposes, but you know, odds and end things. For example, our can opener broke the other night, so I needed one. So, you know, Amazon has been nice in the sense that they still have pretty quick shipping. So, you know, preparing for that. My husband just painted the changing table. So he's been doing more of the Home Depot, Lowe's, home improvement runs. So that's been really helpful. And then, of course, it makes me feel like I can be a part of what's going on. But, but unfortunately, our grocery stores are just so impacted by everyone. So we do have to shop in person.
Awesome. Thanks for sharing all of that. And so I know your mom has a very important job working at the TSA. So how has Roselle been affected by this? What's her work schedule like? How is she staying healthy working at the airport with all these people coming in and out?
Yes. So my mother is a TSA officer in Fort Myers, Florida. And her checkpoint has had some instances where the other officers have been infected with the virus. So they have noticed a huge decrease in flights. So they've been changing their schedules around and allowing their employees to have time off to be quarantined at home, which helped tremendously.
I can imagine.
Yes, and so so right now she is being quarantined at home, and she will be celebrating her 63rd birthday on Saturday. We're very excited about that for her. But it's been challenging. Their masks did not come in for a while. So they had to be able to provide their own, which is the same for my husband. He's having to provide his own mask when he goes to work. They're trying to rotate everyone, again, since both of them work for the government, really eliminating having the full amount of individuals in such small areas. So it's been very interesting and challenging because you still have a lot of issues, and you know you're trying to do all these safety procedures and everything, and still having that weight of security on top of you while you're dealing with your own personal, you know, concerns and everything. But they do wear masks and gloves, and they still take breaks in between to make sure that they can use the restroom facilities, wash their hands, things like that.
That's great. How's your dad doing as he's working in a school? What kind of stuff is he doing there?
So he is the facilities manager at a school in Naples, Florida. So he has been going in every day, and on weekends sometimes. They have it set up so that way deliveries can be dropped off right in the front and 9-4, so that way they're, you know, individuals aren't coming into the school constantly.
Sure.
So he's been able to get a lot of projects done. So that's been one benefit about, you know,
done.
Yes. So, you know, painting, changing out the tiles in the ceilings, you know, just some of the smaller things that, you know, don't really happen until the summer. He's not able to really tackle. So the school has to remain open because teachers need to come in and record their lesson plans or initially, when the COVID-19 first began, students were coming in with their parents. They had to schedule appointment times to come in and pick up their school books and belongings. So they had individuals coming in, but their cleaning crew has been there as well, and they've been sanitizing and doing such a great job every day. So I know he's very appreciative of the team that he works with, because everyone is really trying to make sure that the school is staying very clean. Nobody is coming in that should not be there, and you know, taking care of all the projects that need to get done.
Sounds like they're doing a great job at that school. I mean, just limiting people coming in and out is one of the best things that you can do.
Absolutely.
And then, as we've all seen in the news with Disney World being shut down and your brother working at Cirque du Soleil, what's he doing right now?
Well, he is currently temporarily laid off. He is a part of the new show that is opening for Cirque du Soleil. And so they were just finishing, getting ready to open. So everything went on pause, and they were told to stay home. So with the constant updates of, you know, dates changing and, you know, with the news, it's been challenging for them, because a lot of them miss, you know, coming in, building sets, you know, doing projects, learning these things, but unfortunately they can't be anywhere in the facility.
I just can't imagine their disappointment right now with being so excited to like start a new show, just everybody involved. Like the energy is just growing and growing of all the excitement, and then for this to happen and kind of just have to put your life on pause until they're given the okay to start it all again.
Yes. So he has been taking online classes since he was in the projections and lighting. So he's staying up to date on some of the new programs and techniques that are out there. So at least he's had something to kind of keep him, motivated and feeling like he's really involved still.
And now is the perfect time to keep on learning, and I mean, just expanding your mind, and when you go back, you'll be better than ever. And that's great Steven's doing that.
Yes. So he's, as you know, he's very much a social butterfly. So he schedules different FaceTime or Zoom chats with coworkers and friends. So pretty much every day he has an appointment to see someone, which is really
very important.
Yes, really lifted his spirits, because, you know, he's by himself in Orlando, and so we miss him.
Well, I'm glad he's doing the Zoom calls. I mean, it's great to be able to see people's faces again and talk to them and catch up. And even though it's not the type of connection we're used to, at least it's something to kind of get people through the day and make them feel connected as well.
Yes.
All right, so I have one last question, probably the most important question. What are you going to do once all these stay-at-home orders are lifted and you'll be able to go back in the community once everything opens? What are you going to do?
Well, I have a list. So first is to get a haircut.
As we all need. I mean, these roots and this long hair is not doing well.
Yes. So I plan on getting a haircut and getting my nails done. Really pampering. One of the things my husband and I have really talked about is a lot of our favorite local restaurants are closed just because they couldn't afford to have delivery services and things like that. So we're planning on having date nights with friends, going out to local restaurants and businesses, supporting like the escape rooms and things like that. And my last one that I'm really excited about is to have a picnic on the beach. So,
Oh, oh, I would love to do that right now. Love to.
so our beaches are open right
Mhm.
now, but there are a lot of restrictions. So you can only go down to exercise. You can't be with large groups, and you can't just sit on the beach and watch the sunset or anything. So they're very strict about enforcing everything down at the beach. So I haven't gone down to take a walk just because I don't know, I haven't.
I don't blame you.
Yeah, there's a lot of people, that are still enjoying it, which
Mhm.
I'm really thankful for. But since I'm very lucky that we have this pond in our neighborhood
And the eagle.
and the eagle and all our ducks and geese,
Yeah.
I feel really good.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much for taking time out of your day to share your story with all of our residents. I know they're greatly appreciative of this, just kind of finding out what other people are going through. So I greatly appreciate it. We all greatly appreciate it.
Well, thank you all for having me, and I hope you all are safe and healthy and enjoying the time that you have. I know it can be really hard. I do feel isolated a lot,
Mhm.
but I do try and see the positive of the fact that it's for the greater good, and the longer we stay in, hopefully the faster this will end. So.
I agree 100% with you. All right. Well, thanks to all our residents for tuning in tonight. I hope you enjoyed listening to Terese, and I will see you all later. See
All
you
right.
later, Terese.
Thank you. Thank you.